Now my mic sounds nice. Check one. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. We out here testing. It's live testing, live action. All right, that should be working. And then where's my headphones? Let me plug those bad boys in. Ah, there we go. And all right, now you should be hearing double because the Chrome browser is also talking back, which I will shut off in a second. All right, that looks like a win. Let me get this Chrome browser to shut itself off. Oh, that's weird because, like, how the heck am I supposed to monitor this if Chrome doesn't know how to mute itself? Let me try this. Here, let me mute. There we go. Got it. In there like swimwear. You got to right click on the speaker on the Instagram tab and Chrome and tell it to shut its face. There you go. Because like with YouTube, it's simple, but yeah, it's different. So what I wanted to check, primary reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to see like Instagram wants you to send a 9 by 16, aka vertical feed. If you're creating content and you're going to repurpose some of that content or take clips out of this and share this in different places, you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to send it a 9 by 16 feed. You're going to want to send it a standard 16 by 9 feed, especially if I, like I'm doing here, simulcasting onto LinkedIn and also simulcasting onto YouTube. So, in which case, like I can see you guys that are making comments on YouTube, this is all fine and dandy, but I can't really pay attention to those. If you want to comment, drop it on IG because the whole point of this is to go to IG Live. I just did a recording on YouTube because I wanted to have a better like 16 by 9 test and also drop it on IG just to see. You know, I'm not totally a fan of multicasting just because each program, each platform, let's use the right terminology here, each platform has a different culture, right? So, like streaming to YouTube and IG and say Facebook and LinkedIn at the same time, while though software allows you to do it, I don't know if that's really the best way to handle things because again, each of the culture is different. So like even now, if I bring up a comment from Marcus over here, I'd have to shrink this down and then make sure I situate it somewhere in the middle to where it can be seen. And that's going to be even a challenge in and of itself is getting used to like reformatting my, see, that still doesn't fit. Let me do that again. Reformatting my whole process to match, this sort of skinnier format. So I'd almost have to build myself screen elements to give myself landing spots where I can make things land instantly without thinking about it and know that they'll fit for what people are going to see on IG Live, right? So, yeah, in a way, not, again, I'm doing this multicasting thing as a test right now, but in theory, I probably would just do IG Lives as IG Lives and do LinkedIn Lives as LinkedIn Lives and YouTube as well. I've been doing YouTube Lives forever. Again, I might change my attitude on this multi-streaming thing. For right now, not a fan of it because it bifurcates the audience. So for instance, right now, Mommy Lala, who's over here, she's on YouTube. And the main focus of this particular stream is LinkedIn. I'm sorry, let me fix my English, is Instagram. So like, I want to say hi to her and, Sanyon the hot, like Happy New Year, but I want her to be on IG. So that's the disadvantage of multi-streaming. It doesn't really work at all. So yes, so Rob is giving me the info that I wanted to see. Rob is saying that, yes, I'm going to pin Rob's comment. I am 16 by 9 on IG Live. Wait, really? It's supposed to do a pan and scan type conversion. And let me see. Okay, that part is weird. When I see myself on Instagram, it's not even showing up on my own phone, which is odd. Let me try this again. Let me see. Rob, I'm in the Discord in the Drop Squad chat. Can you drop me a screenshot, fam? That would be dope. I appreciate that. Because in theory, I'm looking at it on IG on the computer, and it looks like it's doing 9:16. What's weird is I look at IG on my phone, and I don't even see myself as live, which is odd. Let me hit my profile for a second. Yeah, it's not even showing up as live on my profile. Okay, Chuck just texted me, and that's weird. I don't understand this image, Chuck. That's so weird. Okay, so I guess this trick doesn't work, which in that case, that's kind of horrible. Let's see. Magic Production says the person who comes up with a fix will be a king. Yeah. Any way of setting different aspect ratios for different destinations. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking too, Jared. So, Jared, you know what I'm going to end up doing, which is campy at best, but it will work. I can set up my Ninja, right? Those of us video people, we're square. I can set up my Ninja to basically take the output from the Mac and receive it as 16:9, and then I could take the output from the Ninja. The front is YT, full screen is IG. Okay, thank you, Chuck. Yeah, so anyway, I can set up my Ninja, take the output from the Ninja so I can record into the Ninja, so I'll have a better recording, so I can keep that 4K recording. But then I could take the output from the Ninja and like run it into, say, my Mac Mini or my notebook and send it to IG Live that way. So I can, simulcast it, but keep two different setups. And it's a little bit more complicated. As video people would know how to do it instantly. We've done it before. SDI project versus HDMI project type of thing using Blackmagic or, some other form like Atomos or whatever. But yeah, I think it's not hella complicated. It just requires hardware. Good news, people. If you don't pay attention to what Atomos and these cats are doing, they came out with new products, and the new products are inexpensive, and they come with wireless drops. So that might be another thing to look into, Jared. Yeah, having multiple computers is helpful to me, right? I can just take the output out of this Mac and feed it into the other Mac via Camlink, and then stream it from the Camlink side that way. But yeah. HDMI splitter kind of covers it, but not really, Kevin. And this is where a Ninja would be better because it's not really splitting that HDMI signal. It's giving you a full complemented repeat. Some splitters don't give you full complemented repeats, if you will. Yeah, that's why. Thank you, Chantel. That's why I'm not a fan of multi-streaming at all. Just totally not. This was just a dumb test, and I realize now that it's not a look. Greg, you're going to laugh, right? Because it's a filter, but not the kind of filter you think it is. I'm a video people, right? As a video people, you know what I use for filters? Filters. Hold up, fam. Let me give you. Use an actual filter, not that digital Cro-Magnon type crap. Man, these threads, there's a lot of threads, bro. Okay, it's almost there. When you hear the noise of the glass hitting the table, you know I got the filter all the way off. Ba-bum. An actual filter. Like a boss. This is a Nisi Black Pro Mist 1882 millimeter. I figured out stream it in 16:16 and crop away. Yeah, unfortunately, Ecamm doesn't support that. I guess I'm going to have to talk to the boys. Let me put my filter back on before I get it all smudged up here. I wish more people would use actual filters instead of weird digital filters because they work and they're optical, not weird digital crap. And it doesn't slow up my computer at all. So just use a plain Jane. Hey, yo, what is up? What is up, Mister Mike? MK all day. Yes, it's a Nisi Black Pro Mist 1/8. It's an 8th stop Black Pro Mist. I use new Nisi filters. I like Japan glass. So Nisi is good, high quality Japan glass. You can buy Teflon. Teflon is not the Teflon I grew up using. They're much cheaper now. I don't know who hired them or bought them or whatever, but the Teflon Pro division and the Teflon Amazon division aren't the same. Some people will say it's close enough. Breakthrough filters, Nisi filters, Hoya filters, all dope. Most of the rest of that stuff, I ain't play with. Black Pro Mist, always. I'm using Cinnabloom is another good one. Actually, the Cinnabloom moment is surprising for the price. Plus, it through a seller prompt, it really saw 100%. So, if you want another good way to do it and not spend a Mike, why you gotta tell my secret, pimp? You don't want to spend a lot of money. Check out the Cinnabloom. They're pretty good. They're slightly, maybe like $20, $30 cheaper than buying something like a Nisi or a Breakthrough. It's not worth saving $20. Yeah. So yeah, this is weird. YouTube people, please jump on IG because you guys are distracting my IG people. This is another reason why I don't like the multi-stream. I had to put this task out there for y'all, but yes, no. What I'm supposed to be doing is ignoring Greg and Mike over on YouTube, but it's hard because my friends show up and you want to talk to them, right? So, yes, Day. It's a Black Pro Mist, not that type of black. Fool. The one thing that is bad about streaming to IG Live is my random knucklehead friends like they will pop up and then mess up my business streaming. But I would say I don't go to his job and be messing with him, but I do. So I can't use that excuse this go around. There is a 9-second delay on the IG feed. I tested it. This is a dumb test, but it does work. Let me show you. I just went to the phone app here, hit it on the old stopwatch. Let me reset that. And then I went like this and I hit start. And then I waited for IG to catch up. And then as soon as IG catch up, what I'll see in a second, and I'll hit stop and I'll see if the latency has dragged any bit at all. And it is, it's still around 10 seconds. It's I got 11.22, but my finger missed the thing. So it's around 10 seconds, 9 to 10 seconds. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yes, Mike, yes, it does. That's the answer to your question. Here, let me pop this up real quick. So I'll try to get this in the middle. You'll see there I have IG Live just popping. Oh, I know what I haven't checked because LinkedIn also doesn't have a comment API. So I got to go check the LinkedIn feed to see who said what. Because now that I realize it, that doesn't even pop up right like that, right? So you got to be careful over there. Okay, thank goodness ain't nobody said nothing over here. So not important. What I can do, this is cool. I can come into Ecamm while I'm here. Wait, I just showed you something to Ecamm. No, good and well, you can't see it unless I do this. Now you can see it. Sorry, Mike. There it is. So what I would try to do over here is now that I have this stream popping, can you turn off a destination in the middle of a destination? That would be an interesting thought program in and of itself as well. So it's Doc Rock, Tyler. That's a good question. It's Doc Rock on everything. Actually, it's in the description too, by the way. There's a link. You can just click it straight in the description. So yeah, you can see I have YouTube, Facebook. Instagram Live is now a thing. So you come over here, you press this bad boy. Let me slide this to the middle. Ooh, hey, stop moving when I'm doing stuff. Slide this back to the middle real quick so you can see. And you'll see you got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the artist formerly known as LinkedIn, Twitch, Amazon Live, broadcast, IG Live, and then there's RTMP. Any app that has broadcast to RTMP will work, but Ecamm, we actually just made an IG button to keep it simple. If you don't see that right away, just update your beta, get on the latest version of the beta, and then you'll be squared away. Now, I don't remember if the boys gave us a way to drop a destination in the middle of streaming. I don't think you can. So what I'll probably end up doing now that I know this test is not what I thought it would be, Yeah, it's really weird. I'm not seeing it on IG. You guys see it, but I don't. Oh, I know what to do. Hold on. I got it. I know what to do. I need to go and switch my IG to a different one of my accounts, like create a fitty, and then go look for that clown Doc Rock and see if you can see it that way. Boom. See, if I do that, then I see the live. All right. So now let me come out of live demo mode real quick, just so I can get a see of what it looky like. Okay. So now live demo mode is off, and I should be getting a blinky blink of what this looks like in just a second. Okay. So yeah, I think the IG crop is dope. So okay. Long story short, let's keep this legit. You can still record yourself in a 16:9 format. You just have to know that when you're streaming to IG, you don't have to switch. You don't have to switch your aspect ratio. So your recording can remain 16:9, but your stream is going to be 9:16. The only thing you got to think about is if you're building any sort of layouts, whatever, you got to be cognizant of that, right? So let's do ourselves a favor. Paul said I can go to the output and options, recording. Nope, I don't see that, Paul. I don't see no drop down from the top. I don't see it. When I click there, nope. Paul, I don't see it. All right, anyway, so let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go ahead and create a new scene, and let's try to do it this way. So I'm going to drop a scene in here. As you know, we don't want the blank background. We're going to want to add a little color splashy splash. What's up, Masa? Masataka just joined the building. Let's see, Cam Assets. Where is my background? Man, when you make a mess, then this is what you do. Might not see the background. All right, there you go. Let's drop this background in here. And then we're going to add the camera this way. And then once I add the camera this way, I can switch it to 9:16, pop it in here, grow it up, grow it down, line it to the middle that way. All right, that gives us a little bit of a different look. The other thing this allows you to do when you think about it, looking at the way IG works, actually, I might want to turn this into a squircle and then come with it this way. And then just to get an idea of the placement, what you would do is come here, switch this bad boy to a tall, fill it from top to bottom for a second, right? Find your centerpiece. That's that. Then move it to the background and then put your circle or squircle there and then use it to line them up and then delete the back one. Sorry, now you got I should take these corner radiuses off, by the way. Let's kill those. We don't need that. So now this will give you an idea of how to lay yourself out, but then still have room at the bottom for text, right? So that way, when you look at the output on IG now, I can see your comments and everything is coming up. Hey, Sylvia, but I'm not like occupying all that space, right? Now, I think I need to make this just a little bit wider because it's not a true 16:9, but just a little bit wider and then better to the center. And I think that kind of covers it. So yeah, it's not exact. See, that's the thing. These guys are saying that they're using a 9:16, but it's not a true 9:16. It's slightly off. Now, what you could do if you want to create like a little fade or a little blend is you would basically take a screenshot of this right here and then flip this image upside down in your photo program and just kind of hit it with an airbrush to give yourself a little fade. I don't really care about that fade. You can also cheat and give yourself a line. You know what I'm saying? But now, let's do me a favor. I seen Paul was around here. One of the Drop Squad hit me up on the interview mode. Let me see what happens if we bring in another people. Let me make sure I got it turned on here. Interview. Dun, dun, dun. Drive Squad people, you all know what it is. Somebody hit me up in the interview mode. Let's see what we do here. Yeah, I just said it's so right. It's so not 9x16, Jared. Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy, man. No, that's a good question, Chuck. Chuck is saying he wonders if it's any different for different phones, right? I can tell you, looking at these comments on my phone is tiny. If I use this browser, it doesn't, when you expand the browser to make it wider, the live window doesn't get wider. So that doesn't really do you a lot. What's up, happiness coach is in the building. Let's see. I'm waiting for one of my Drive Squad people to give me a buzz. One thing that's a trip is Instagram says there's 23 folks watching. Ecamm does not get that feedback, right? Ecamm is showing it up as 14 because Ecamm is pulling it from my YouTube channel, right? And well, from LinkedIn, but I really don't think LinkedIn is catching because it's not something I do very often. I don't think nobody is over here checking this out. All right, so there's Paul. Okay, now let's see. Here's how we're going to work Paul. I am going to say assign Paul to guest 1. He's already guest 2. I'll leave Paul at guest 2. And then I'm going to make another camera here by dragging this down. And I think the only way this is going to work is because of the way I have my camera sized up, Paul is going to be slightly bigger than me, which is okay. I'm the host. I don't really care about that. And then I'll click on this pencil here and then select Paul. Booyaka. There he is. Now, the only bad problem is Paul is coming in blurry thinner. So I don't know why. Let me check my bandwidth and stats real quick. My bandwidth is still good. Yeah, see, I don't like the fact that you can't drop a destination mid-destination. Paul, say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Welcome back.
Can hear you. I can hear you. I wonder if IG can hear you. All right, let me see. Can you guys hear Paul? Curious. Forward rolling, I didn't change the aspect. That's the dope part about this. I did this on purpose. I'm actually sending you a full 16:9. IG automatically does the crop, right? So that's what's really cool about this is that was my point, is I wanted to show you that you could still record the 16:9, keep that so that you can repurpose that, but then I could do this stream and IG automatically crops it with like Ecamm is showing you is a real 16:9. This is funny. I wonder what demo mode looks like on here. Hold on. Let me pop this real quick. This ought to be fun. Okay, so I just hit demo mode in about 10 seconds. It should show it for you guys. So you'll be able to see that like I am legit streaming the whole thing. And forward rolling, you can tell because on my YouTube feed and my LinkedIn feed, they're the normal format, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, just don't multi-stream this. Yeah, Paul did say something, Kenny. Paul, say what's up to Michael Kenny.
What's up, gang?
His Drake substitute teacher.
Oh, hello.
I was joking. It's the TV show. You had to be there. Anyway, so yeah, this is cool. You know what? There is a way to do 9x16 on YouTube, Chuck. And actually, I'm curious what happens. I know you can stream that way from the phone. I've never done it from the desktop. So that'll be a next test, Chuck. I'm glad you wrote that down. Let me screenshot this before I forget. Bam. Because in that case, you just leave it. Just let YouTube and IG both be 9x16. Okay. So
I was thinking earlier when you were looking to see if there was a way to stop the video, I thought from the eyeball that there was an option in there, but there isn't. It just shows you what you're streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what happens if you try to pluck the eyeball? You can't pluck it. Oh, okay. So let me come out of live demo mode. One thing I noticed right now, the stream on LinkedIn is way behind. It's like far, far behind. Maybe that's just me. Let me refresh this page and see what happens.
Let me try it.
Oh, I must have accidentally, in typing things, I must have accidentally hit pause. It looks like it's up to date. Can you make a comment on LinkedIn? I'm just curious because I'm pretty sure the comment is not going to come through, but I'll be curious to see what happens.
Let me find you. Why can't I find you?
Doc Rock on LinkedIn. Hey, can I tag?
I did.
Paul Duncan. Paul Duncan. Nope, that don't work. There it is. At Paul Duncan.
Have you banned me?
Moderator. Okay, there you go. I just sent you a comment. Now you should have it.
It's not Doc Rock. It's Sean Boyd.
Oh yeah, well, it's LinkedIn. You used to try to get jobs there. Did you create a scene to add the? No, I just did. I just only building in the one scene right now, Cicely. I didn't add a whole nother scene, but yeah, I will. I think I'm gonna end up building whole scenes around this to get an idea of where things fit and how they line up, and leave space for comments and things like that. Now, yeah, it's really weird though. I just don't understand why Paul's coming in weird, but yeah, it's there. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's in there. I can see people talking on YouTube still. And yeah, did you create a scene and add the background before the squircle? No. So I'm going to rebuild the scene real quick for Cicely just so she can see what I did. All right, so watch this. I'm going to make a blank scene. Hit that Command-Shift-B, right? So it's like this. I have no idea how the cameras are going to fit. So what I did was I cheated and I took a full camera like such and I switched it to tall, right? And then once I put it on tall, I just make it take up the whole top and bottom and then found the center using this little center finding trick in Ecamm. Bam. There's that. And there it is. So now there's the center. So then what I did was I added another camera and turned this to Squircle, which is kind of silly because it doesn't really work. Let me try 4x3 because 2 4x3 should work. Nope, that's not going to work either. I'll just do Squircle. And then I'm going to take the edge off the circle. But first I'm going to do is shrink it so that I know that it fits in here, right? And then I can grab the edge and hit the side and then hit the other side. And then I know that that's going to fill the frame a little bit. Then I just grab the other one by holding the Option key and pulling it down. And then I just switch this one to Paul. Like that. And then just take the original camera and delete it. So there it is. That's basically how I did it. As you can see, Squircle's a little bit too big. So while I got Paul here, let me try some other different camera shapes. I should probably use custom. That's better because then I can find out a way to like get them half. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Instagram comments don't feed back into your comments?
No, there's no API for IG.
Okay.
So let me change this to custom. Yeah, see, we could actually build the whole thing. Now, since Paul's here, I'm going to switch my camera shape to custom instead of Squircle and put my other camera back on so I know where my centers are. Take off these corner radiuses because they look a little bit goofball. And then let me move Paul here for a second. And then put Paul back. And do the same thing with Paul. Switch Paul to custom, turn off the corner radiuses. And then now you can kind of size it up right. You know what I mean? Size it up like this. And again, if you really want to be swagnificance about it, you might want to size this about like such And then let me delete Paul for a second. Don't worry, Paul. You're coming back. Pull Paul back down here, like such. And then switch this to Paul. And then 86 to back camera, because by doing it this way, this actually gives you a little bit room for comments, right? Because, you know, the comments kind of like fit in this area, right? So now if you look at IG, it's a little better.
Yeah, the only problem with IG is if you put comments in that lower section, the comments in IG are going to be covering it.
No, because you're not going to stream to anywhere else, and IG comments don't come into Ecamm. I just mean that now when you look at the window, see, you can actually see the comments better in this setup, right? You're just going to leave it naked like this.
Gotcha.
And then if you want to give yourself a little separation between the two boxes, do a thin little border on Paul. Let's go ahead and pick a color. Man, the crayons ended up where? My crayons aren't showing up. They're buried. Oh, there they go. There they go. They ended up on another screen. Of course, we're going to hit this little color picker, hit a little purple right there. And I see I had the border width set at 3. So then I'll click this one, set the border width at 3. And then use that purple again. And then it gives you a little bit of a sauce. So now you got a decent looking setup. You know, there's a little separation between both Paul and I. But yeah, now Paul is clear, right? You know what I'm saying? If you look at the setup now, it's funny to show IG itself. In the past, this is not possible. But now I can show IG itself like this, right? So this is a cool way to kind of like do it. And you got a nice little clean feed on the bottom, you know, and the comments look way better, right? Yeah, right? Chuck says much better. Yeah, Chuck, the only reason why it's probably doing that is with the multi-streaming right now. And, of course, everybody in the whole state of Hawaii is at home. Spectrum is being a hoe. So I tell you what we're going to do. Everybody who's watching on IG that's enjoying this test, I'm going to quit it and come back with just IG. I'm going to kill the LinkedIn feed. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to end this feed. I'm going to restart it. Paul, you don't have to go nowhere. You can stay right here. I'm going to restart it with just YouTube at 16:9 and IG at 16:9. And we see what comes up with. All right. So everybody, as this feed ends, just pop right back on. You'll see me. I'll disappear for like all of about 10 seconds. The one thing that's driving me a little batty right now, and I don't know how to fix this. I believe from my first test that Instagram requires you to generate a new stream key every time, which means you got to go into Ecamm and change that setting every time. This will be the first real test, because one of the differences between the way I tested it before now was a practice run and a regular run. So the practice run had one key and the regular one had a different. So to be curious to see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to disappear for a split second and I'll be right back. Yeah, Miss Show Shop Mix. There you go. Miss Shop Mix. It does seem a little bit smarter to just do IG straight. But anyway, I'll be right back. So do you finish it in Ecamm first? The last time I got a failure because I ended it on IG first. Let me finish the Ecamm first.